The Devil Wears Prada 2 hasn't even come out yet, and somehow the press tour is already completely insane. And it's only just getting started. Because Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep aren't just promoting a movie, they're pretty much turning every red carpet into a full fashion event. Which honestly feels very on brand for a movie about the fashion industry. But the really clever thing about this press tour is that it isn't just glamorous outfits. They're actual references to the original movie hidden in the looks. And if you're a Devil Wears Prada fan, the details are obviously genius. The press tour started in Mexico, and it immediately felt like the fashion world had woken up. Anne Hathaway showed up wearing a dramatic black Schiaparelli look with fringe, which felt like a high fashion editor energy, and Meryl Streep, who of course plays Miranda Priestly, arrived wearing a devil red outfit, which feels like the most Miranda-coded styling choice possible. Because Miranda Priestly is basically fashion's most terrifying boss, so of course the outfit had to be powerful. And honestly, this is where you realize the whole press tour is gonna have a theme. They're not just dressing nicely, they're dressing like the characters exist in real life. And I love this kind of press tour dressing. So one of the smartest details from the press tour so far is the subtle Cerillion references. If you've already seen the original movie, you'll remember Miranda Priestly's iconic monologue about the Cerillion sweater. The scene where she explains that fashion trends don't just magically appear, they trickle down from the fashion industry to everyday clothing. And now stylists have been quietly slipping Cerillion Blue into some of Anne Hathaway's press tour looks, which means the press tour is literally referencing one of the most iconic scenes in the original movie. It's basically an inside joke. And honestly, I love it when fashion gets this self-aware. Another moment the fans noticed immediately happened during the Tokyo stop of the press tour, because Anne Hathaway showed up with Andy Sachs style bangs. Which might sound like a small detail, but if you remember the original film, that haircut was basically Andy's transformation moment. At the start of the movie, she's very much an outsider, and then she suddenly shows up in the office looking completely different in those Chanel boots. Iconic. And everyone in the office is like, who is that? So bringing back that hairstyle for the press tour feels like a deliberate throwback, almost like Andy Sachs has fully entered her fashion era. Another look that got people talking was Anne Hathaway wearing a red sequin look during the tour. And fashion fans immediately started pointing out that it felt like a reference to the Andy Sachs makeover montage in the original movie. You know the scene. Andy suddenly starts wearing all the designer outfits, walking through New York looking like a completely different person. It's one of the most iconic fashion montages in movie history. So seeing the press tour reference that moment felt very intentional, like they're quietly reminding everyone this movie became such a fashion classic in the first place. Meanwhile, Meryl Streep seems to be doing something very clever with her press tour outfits. Instead of dressing completely differently from the character, she's basically leaning fully into Miranda Priestly energy. Lots of structured silhouettes, sharp tailoring, power colors, the kind of outfits that look like they belong in the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine. And honestly, the effect is kind of brilliant because it makes the press tour feel like Miranda Priestly herself has stepped out into the real world. But the most surreal moment of this entire press tour has to be the Vogue cover. Meryl Streep appears on the cover alongside Anna Wintour, and this is seriously iconic, my guys. Since Miranda Priestly has always been rumored to be inspired by Anna Wintour in the first place, so seeing the real-life fashion editor and the fictional one sharing the same magazine cover feels like the most full circle moment imaginable. Like, I literally cannot with this. So what makes this press tour work so well is that it understands exactly what the fans loved about the original movie. The fashion, the drama, the runway universe. Instead of ignoring that legacy, the styling is leaning straight into it. The references, the throwbacks, even the colors, it's basically turning the entire press tour into a continuation of the story. And honestly, if the press tour is already this good, the fashion in The Devil Wears Prada 2 is going to be actually ridiculous. Like, bring on May 1st. I cannot wait. If we're being honest, this is exactly what we want from this movie. Because some movies are just movies, but The Devil Wears Prada has always been a full-blown fashion event. So let me know in the comments, do you think The Devil Wears Prada is still the most iconic fashion movie ever, or has another film taken that title? Thanks for tuning in, my guys. I'll see you on the next one.